Hello, what up, guys? Welcome to the inaugural episode of Three Dots and Hash, where we three insignificant dots in the vast, infinite cosmos come together to discuss, deliberate, and debate a new hashtag every episode, with whatever little our tiny brains can comprehend. On the menu here, you'll find fresh perspectives with a dash of philosophy, laced with humor, sprinkled with logic, and served with a side of ice-cold sarcasm. Before we dive into today's hashtag, let me introduce for the very first time the three dots. The first dot on my left, Baba. Baba is the oldest on the panel by virtue of age, but not experience. He's an avid reader, a movie buff, a passionate photographer, a singer, a dancer, and the ultimate quiz geek. Constantly looking for love in forbidden places and failing, Baba is also a resident expert on all things Assamese. Baba, say hi to our listeners.
Hi everyone.
Has been the keyword.
Yeah, but I think I beg to differ. I have a lot of experience also. On my age reflects a lot of experience. It's just not age. So yeah.
Alright. Moving on to the second dot on my right, and rightly so, Piyush, a self-proclaimed chick magnet, music lover, philosophy geek, and a believer. Piyush flaunts his skillful fingers and an impressive understanding of human anatomy and pleasure. He can seamlessly debate Karma Yoga and Pink Floyd in the same breath. A man with both a wife and a girlfriend, yet his favorite companion is solitude. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce my very dear, once married, twice lucky, and eternally entertaining Piyush.
Thanks, Raman, for the detailed introduction. I didn't know I was as good as what you claim to be. But thanks again.
I think you have a good. What you're saying is right. He has exceeded what you actually asked. So.
Alright, so now I'm the third non-collinear dot, Raman, also the moderator for the day. And as the moderator, I have chosen the hashtag for the day, which is God lazy? So without wasting any more time, let's jump right in. And I think before we start, we need to break down the topic or hash out the topic into smaller consumable bits. So let's start with God and is God lazy? Who or what is God to you, Baba?
God to me is something divine, certainly. Something that cannot be divined and not defined is how I would say. And something, a supreme being, I'm not going to gender, but a supreme being who has created the existence as we see today. And also
like a supreme leader.
Not a supreme leader is a very negative connotation, if I can call that.
Why is supreme leader a negative connotation?
No, because supreme leader, it shows that, see, the vibe I get from supreme leader word or the phrase is that he is not empathetic or sympathetic to people. Is the vibe I get. Okay.
Why do you get that vibe?
Who is the supreme leader to you? Like the first image that comes to your head when you think of supreme leader.
Supreme leader, first image that comes to me. See, my image is clouded by present supreme leader, so I'll not bring any image. But I think in my mind, supreme leader has various facets. Okay, a philosophical facet, war-oriented facet, good in warfare and all. I think in that sense, a complete being, again, to your initial question of God, I consider him as a...
Completely lost it.
Huh?
Like, you were on your own track, Baba.
No, this is the right track. Okay. You are in a parallel universe. This is the right track. Okay. Don't get confused.
What was his question?
This question was, what is the definition of God? So God is a supreme being, leader, he brought him. He's been
But being, they are a being.
Being as in, you don't need
He's
to
not
put
a leader.
you don't need to put a form to the being. Okay.
No, but is that supreme, whatever it is?
The supreme word I have not brought in. Okay. It was not it was...
No, how, मतलब being का क्या मतलब हुआ? Being मतलब...
He is a supreme, not supreme.
Entity.
He is an entity. Yes. He is an entity.
Entity means material entity.
it might need not be material entity. God is a what you call a entity who created and who is sustaining, program, managing the world as of today.
By world, you mean the universe.
Universe, yes. Yeah.
But yeah, perfect. What about you, Piyush?
So I feel on similar lines what just Baba just said, is God is a supreme entity or being, or no matter what way you want to put it across. It is a form of intelligence, all intelligence that there is behind everything that surrounds us, and at the most minutest level is godly to me. So whether it's breeding creation or operating it, or for that matter destroying it as and when the need comes, it's all in that one entity. So it's all powerful, all being, and that's why omnipresent and omnipotent.
So you believe everything that exists has God in it?
Yeah, somewhat.
So God is not just the creator, you're saying, but God is the creation itself.
Yes. The creator and the creation is one.
मतलब ब्रह्मांड ही ब्रह्मा है.
Matlab more on the lines that I am the universe.
अच्छा.
I am the creator of my universe.
Okay.
And what is your definition, Raman?
For me, I think, again, I believe some entity, I don't know if material, not material, has to be non-material as we understand material right now, I feel.
Okay.
जिन्होंने, as you said, has created the universe, is responsible for the upkeep and managing whatever is happening in the universe, and this is at the material level. Yeah, somebody same as you, as somebody who has created and somebody who is managing or operating as the universe is functioning right now.
Makes sense. I think we are on the same page.
Similar page, I
similar
think.
lines.
So I think अभी आगे बढ़ने से पहले ना अपने लिए जरूरी है थोड़ा KRAs डिफाइन करना है ना गॉड के लिए, बिकॉज जब तक ये नहीं पता होगा या कॉमन कंसेंसस नहीं होगा कि गॉड की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी क्या है, तब तक तो फिर हम ये इस पे नहीं आ सकते डिस्कशन पे गॉड लेजी है कि नहीं.
Before we go ahead into KRAs, one KRA has to be on the utilization.
Utilization.
That he's been provided with or he's using. Like, for example, most of the space around us is so empty, right? There's no property, it has nothing, like literally.
लोगों को जगह नहीं मिल रहा है, तुम लोगों को empty है कुछ भी.
Yeah, pun unintended, Baba.
Pun,
space
okay.
in general. We're talking about the universe as a concept, right?
Okay.
So there's so much empty space, right? That's lack of utilization of resources. Like the Marwadi in me tells me that I could have built something and rented it out to say another universe, or I don't know, but I could have built so much.
So utilization of the space
Yeah,
is the...
why is Mars so barren? Why can't there be life form on Mars?
Yeah.
We really don't know whether life is.
No,
there
that's
or not.
fair enough. That's his point of view, where
So
he's saying that utilization
of space
of the universe itself. सही है, मतलब I've taken your point. I don't agree with it completely, but I've taken your point.
We can discuss more.
Yeah.
I think
let's just define the KRAs first, and we'll get deep into them and associate them with laziness going forward. हाँ, तो दूसरा point कुछ और
yeah, so my
थे?
top KRA would be happiness. Again, we'll have to possibly define how we
Happiness
look at
of
happiness.
God or happiness of the beings in the universe?
Happiness of the beings in the universe. For example, let's say if I have to say that a mother and father are the creator of the child in that way, okay. Now, more than their own happiness, they're concerned about the creation's happiness or the son or daughter's happiness, right? So I think a major chunk of a creator's happiness is to see his creation, his or her creation being in happiness. So Yeah, happiness will have to possibly.
Wow, why do you sound like a boomer all the time?
Huh? Because I have grown eating boomer chewing gum. You people are not old enough to boomer chewing gum होता था. तुम लोगों ने खाया नहीं है.
Boom, boom,
हाँ,
boomer.
बूम बूम बूमर उसमें एक ऐसा मिशेलिन टाइप का लोगो टाइप का एक आदमी भी आता था. Anyways, okay, we will not digress, but yeah, happiness.
So yeah, I think
Why is it a they KPI? Why is it not an us KPI?
What is they and us
Like,
KPI?
matlab, why is it a responsibility of the God and not humans
No, it is not the.
or the beings?
It is not the. It's not like a responsibility. It is like if God has created the people in a good way, and He is managing things in a good way. Those people should be happy.
तो हैप्पीनेस ठीक है, समझ में आता है कि तुम नहीं मान रहे हो. यू आर सेइंग दैट लोग को सब दे दिया है, बोला जाओ करो, तुम ऐश करो, जी ले अपनी जिंदगी टाइप. बट वेलबींग तो मानोगे ना, ह्यूमंस तो बहुत छोटा सबसेट ऑफ लाइफ है.
Correct. Very well put.
सो वेलबींग ऑफ लाइफ इज दैट गॉड्स के आरे.
Let's assume it is. Okay, so I'll add just one more point to it. So if well-being of all living beings, okay, no matter how small a being, is important, then we say that human beings as a species is unhappy. But all the living beings that has evolved with time, say a virus which is causing cancer, or a mosquito for that matter, who's thriving in garbage, and their population have increased. So they are happy, I presume. So then God is also responsible for their happiness.
Yes, absolutely.
Right? So how does He create a balance?
No, yeah. So I think Piyush has
But
a valid
that's a
point.
very valid point.
That one species is well-being could mean negative for somebody else.
Yeah.
Right? But then at the end of the day, I think as you were
ठीक है, मैं
putting,
कह रहा हूँ कि फ्लॉ इन द सिस्टम हो सकता है वो. बट ओवरऑल वेल-बीइंग ऑफ द क्रिएशन, लेट्स नॉट कॉल इट लाइफ.
well-being
How
of
do you
the
agree with
creation.
that?
Well,
Everything is His
Yeah.
or her creation.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah,
like
the
who's
well-being, to maintain it.
then yeah, exactly. That's what I meant is
Yeah.
balance
However, but to maintain it.
to maintain harmony,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That could maybe
Not
require killing human beings
Which could be.
as a species.
Absolutely.
Correct.
We
Fair.
can decide how we define it.
Okay, so
But maintaining
happiness
balance in the universe.
slash balance.
Happiness / balance. I like that. Do you agree with that, Baba?
yeah, let's go with that.
Perfect.
I have another point.
Huh.
Sorry, I was checking out my phone because I had made some notes. So one is biological inefficiencies. Like there are certain things in its creation which are so redundant. Maybe certain beings which are so redundant on the planet, but they're still there. They're like an appendix in your body. They're there for no reason. So biological inefficiencies is one of the most
Some of it
glaring error in so-called perfect being called God.
So
closer to Mike. Closer to Mike.
so well-being is
Baba is getting closer to Raman. The Udit Narayan Baba wanted to place a kiss on Raman's delicate cheek.
this Narayan kisses only females. Let me be clear.
But Baba, this is against Sanskriti. I'm telling you.
What? No.
What?
Our Sanskriti doesn't allow this, please.
If people were not kissing each other, we would not be born. What
Two
is
guys.
Kissing is, how is kissing
Two
leading
guys
to
kissing,
reproduction?
maybe not. I don't know. Tell me, what does
This
that
is what
also
people
work?
believed in school, Baba. Kissing से बच्चे हो रहे हैं, आप अभी what?
No, after
But
kissing,
two
other
guys
things
kissing.
have to happen. किसी पे रुक गए तो बच्चे नहीं होगा बे.
Okay, Baba. Anyway, sorry guys.
Okay, coming back.
Coming back.
So we have to come to the
So
third.
biological inefficiencies, according to me, glaring error in the so-called perfect.
Error no, KRA we have to defend, right?
So that's what
So biological
inefficiencies in
is
the
a
system.
KRA.
Inefficiencies in this system, which is creation. Whatever kind of inefficiencies.
No, inefficiency is when a KRA is to, we can while discussing a KRA we might come across inefficiency.
Okay, fair enough.
But
Then
inefficiency
what
is not a
is
KRA.
the next KRA, Raman, according to you?
Maybe number of planets or celestial bodies with life.
more number is better, according to you.
Why at one place unless it's an experiment?
But
like,
what's the KPI there?
no, how many, like, what's the percentage of total number of planets with life upon all celestial bodies?
But then I agree that it is important metric. Okay, I will not use the word KRA because KRA, as we know, again in business terms, is something that
No,
is-
we know KRA. Everybody, I
No.
presume, in our audience
No,
knows
what I'm trying
KRA
to say
stands
is
for.
KRA is something that should be measurable, right?
Yes,
It has to be
don't
measurable.
tell me it should be smart.
No, I'm not going to smart, but you have to. If you can't measure, you cannot evaluate something. Right?
okay.
So let's say we don't have enough data. There are thousands of millions of planets and stars.
Yeah.
How many have life or not, we don't know.
नहीं ऐसा नहीं करना. We can do some sampling, right? We know enough planets.
We know basically 9 planets, and we have reached only 3 of them.
No, it's not just about reaching, but there would have been some signs of life, right?
That's what I'm saying. Even after reaching Mars today, we really can't conclusively say whether life exists there or not.
But that doesn't mean there isn't there.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm saying is that if you take this as a KRA, there is no way
No,
we
but
can
Baba, we are not
measure it.
mathematical.
Okay, at least we can talk about, let's say, in whatever number of planets are there in whatever are exoplanets, basically, we can consider them all with life. Okay, for our hypothesis that we are considering.
Yeah, that we can
Sab mein
do.
life मान लो, then let's compare it with total number of planets out there. Why? Are you getting it?
Okay.
Why exoplanets?
We're taking too much time to define KRAs, guys. Just an honest opinion.
Yeah, so I think 10% of, let's say 10%, इससे ज़्यादा तो नहीं होगा ना planets पे life.
We've not even come to the fact that is God lazy.
Yeah.
So
So okay, do we all agree on this? डालूं मैं ये?
Yeah.
I agree. Raman, do you have another KRA for us? Which I believe you do.
मतलब I was talking with Dee before this, Baba भी थे, and I think she suggested something which sort of like seemed quite nice, which is the number of prayers that are answered as compared to, like, if somebody is reaching out to God, how many times does... Okay, so we'll take a short break.
We can edit this.
Okay, so what बाबा यहाँ पे डिस्कशन ये चल रहा है, पीयूष ने सजेस्ट किया है कि एक BBMP एम्प्लॉय
Okay.
और गॉड तो काफी सिमिलर है.
Employee.
हाँ, क्योंकि प्रेयर्स तो अनआंसर्ड ही रहती है. इस पे आप क्या कहोगे?
No, first KRA बाबा को बताओ.
KRA ये है कि how many prayers are answered by the God? Number of prayers answered by God.
Number of prayers answered by God.
तो इसमें भी अगर आप देखो तो BBMP employees like a देवता.
मतलब यहाँ पे OTIF तो आना चाहिए, on time in full.
नहीं, hear me out, guys. So BBMP employees like a devta, devgan. Then a politician or an MLA could be, say, Indradev, and then comes the CM, and then comes the PM, who's the eternal God. So the eternal God and the devta, everybody just doesn't answer your prayer.
Okay. I don't think that's a very apt analogy, but yeah, nonetheless, not very inept also.
But they are God, right? For us, they like whatever they say, I think is right for us, and we have to follow. We should follow rather.
Whatever BBMP says.
No, they're just part of. Yes, that also we have to follow. No, we are following on the road. Do you have a choice to avoid? It's out there. Can you do anything about it?
So you can do something about it.
What have you
But
done?
they say no that असुविधा के लिए खेद है.
सुविधा के लिए खेद है. So that is a regretful God. सुविधा के लिए खेद.
But it's a God nonetheless.
No, BBMP employee is not God. Come on, let us not.
Let us not work.
No, but are there parallels? Basically, वो कह रहे हैं कि number of
it's an
prayers
analogy,
that are
Baba.
not
It's an analogy.
answered.
Huh.
God also is similar. How many
Huh,
prayers
so-
are actually answered?
Yeah, so
But is it a fair KRA?
it's a fair case. It's a
Yeah, OTIF I'm writing down as KRA.
OTIF. What was the
On time in full.
Prayers.
So now let's come to the laziness part.
When we try to talk about laziness, we are talking it about in a positive sense, right, or negative sense, because everything is hinged on that. If we say that laziness, let's say it's a Sunday morning, you're lazing, you're happy, right? If it's a Wednesday afternoon when you're supposed to do some work in office or wherever, and you're lazy, then that laziness is a negative thing, right? So
Why is it a negative thing? If you can do it, do it.
you can do it. Other people might be suffering because of your laziness. Be it your company, be it your wife or multiple girlfriends.
Why?
So
What is this?
see, it's all about effects of that thing. If the effects of laziness are positive, then it's okay. If the effects of laziness, let's say God is lazy, just digressing a bit, and hurricanes are happening.
That you've been doing all throughout.
People are getting killed. Okay, so that laziness is a negative laziness. But
what was his question again?
his question was,
Laziness क्या है?
आप खुजा लो थोड़ा.
खुजाना laziness है कि action है?
खुजाना नहीं, खुजाना लेजीनेस है. खुजाता अच्छा लगा तो वो भी लेजीनेस है. Anyway,
तो लेजीनेस आपके लिए हमेशा अच्छा, मैं समझ पा रहा हूँ कि आपको अच्छा लगता है लेजी रहना.
हाँ, मुझे लेजी रहना अच्छा लगता है.
It's a privilege that you can't afford on weekdays.
हाँ, we cannot afford
तो
that.
लेजी है क्या आपके लिए फिर? मतलब जो वो अच्छा है वो क्या है? The lack of action, is that laziness for you?
Lack of action.
तो life has been lazy for you.
बाबा गाना नहीं गाना अभी.
नहीं गाना नहीं गाएंगे. I'm just thinking. See, laziness could have lack of action नहीं. मैं lazy होके कुछ poem लिख रहा हूँ. It's not a lack of action, right? And some tasks in life might need laziness for them to be productive or them
आप
to
बोलो
be
मैं
having
थोड़ा
good
सो के
outcomes.
आता हूँ. That's laziness in me telling you.
क्या कहता हूँ?
सो गया तो
Sona is sleeping. That's not laziness. Okay, there is a difference between laziness has consciousness associated with it.
सो बाबा का fair point. I get you. आप कह रहे हो कि आपके लिए
somebody
laziness
does.
है कि जो भी societal expectations है आपसे या whatever you are supposed to be doing in your regular life because you have no other choice, like for God, UTIF या फिर life on building more life या utilization, वो expectation है उनसे, वो KRA है. बट वो लेजी है क्योंकि उनको मजा आ रहा है पेंटिंग बनाने में. वो पेंटिंग बना रहे हैं, वो अपने KRA पे ध्यान नहीं दे रहे हैं. मदहोश है या मस्त है या मजा आ रहा है उनको. That's how you will define laziness for God.
हाँ, in this, so that
अगर लेजी है तो मतलब अगर
हाँ, तो laziness, if you have to define it, is like a chilled, laid back, without taking too much tension about what is happening around you. I think that is laziness. Whether it has positive effects or negative effects, that we will discuss.
सही है. Perfect. What is laziness to you?
I think, as Baba tried to make us understand, I will take it further from there.
I take offense to try it, but we will part.
But you have tried a lot. You did not even get far.
Okay.
But in the end, it doesn't even matter. Does it?
It
Anyway.
matters that I am trying. That's all that matters.
And I. Slowly.
So me and Himesh Reshamia is very similar. We keep trying.
I'm sure. For me, coming back to the question.
Laziness.
So I think laziness has got this bad or negative connotation around it, that laziness is bad, or laziness is not good for you. You shouldn't be lazy. I think, it's cliched at the same time that lazy people are probably one of the most intelligent people around, because they will find smarter and quicker ways to do things. And of course, they are ever optimistic people that you would come around, because they always believe in there's a better time to do things, which is tomorrow. So they believe in tomorrow. So I think there's nothing wrong in being lazy. It's if you're smart enough to find better and quicker ways to do things and still survive, and be happy about it, it's perfectly fine.
What
So
is the definition?
No, thank you, Shri Ratan Tata, for that speech.
So I think laziness is not anything negative. It's pretty much about finding better ways to do things in quicker time. It's better optimization of time, and rest of the time you end up doing nothing or doing something that you really want to.
So basically, laziness is the time at your disposal to do whatever you want.
Yes, God wants to do nothing. It just creates intelligent beings, and creation breathes on itself. So yes, God is lazy for me, but laziness not in negative connotation. He's smart, and he's imparted intellect to every small entity, say from a mosquito to a whale, to survive on itself. That is smart.
I think यहाँ पे हम लोग सीधा conclusion पे jump कर रहे हैं. यहाँ पे you are saying कि God is lazy according to you with whatever parameters and definitions that you say, but I think थोड़ा सा we should test it out also on a few parameters.
We should take your opinions on
नहीं
whether
मेरे को लगता है
God
कि
is lazy or not.
नहीं, God is lazy का तो पता नहीं, but laziness for me is inaction for sure. Inaction not entirely, but as you all said that I can do whatever I want to do with that time, and I should not be responsible for doing a certain task because I have to do it. I don't want to do something because I have to do it. That's what being lazy for me is. I'm still doing something. It's not entirely a period of inaction, but you get me. So मेरे लिए वो है laziness. I think it's हम तीनों वो same ही बात कर रहे हैं.
Yeah, I think more or less we're on the same track.
Let's try to extrapolate it to God now. अगर if God is lazy,
No, I think So how I see we have defined the KRAs, right? Now let us see KRA number 1. What are the things that suggest that God is lazy on KRA number 1? What are the things that suggest that God is not lazy on KRA number 1?
So let's start with utilization of resources and space. You want to go first? Don't forget dark matter.
Yeah, dark matter. I mean, how does it matter anyway? Because
dark lives matter.
Why dark lives? Why
dark
lives?
jokes matter or not?
Dark jokes matter.
Jokes.
Dark jokes can get you into Hawala. It matters.
There your life will be dark.
Huh?
You will be in the dark forever.
So that is a different kind of dark. So, but dark lives matter.
And your family will receive the information in dark.
That is Hindi dark.
Doesn't matter. Nothing matters.
That is not dark. That is R is not there. Now that is DAK. Right.
Thanks, Baba.
Okay. Anyways, so
Utilization of resources.
Dark lives matter.
Dark lives matter. तुम लोग थोड़ा गोरे हो तो मेरा ऐसा तुम dark lives matter. Yeah, dark lives matter.
Fair lives don't matter.
Fair lives matter. Fair lives have always mattered. So because dark lives have not been mattering, so it is advocated that dark lives also should matter. So this
Or did I hear it incorrectly? Did you say mattering?
Yeah. So white lives have always been mattering.
That defines our audience, guys. Okay. That is it. Thanks, guys. Whatever we say from now on doesn't matter.
It stopped mattering.
You literally stole the line from me. Anyway.
Sorry.
Let's go back to utilization. Okay. On the KRA, utilization, whether God is lazy or not, is now what we have to talk about.
I said God is lazy for utilization of resources. I'll define this parameter once again. So there are so many beautiful things on earth. And God has created beautiful planets like Venus, Mars. Mars is although barren, but it looks beautiful. Until it all boils down to Uranus. right? Like the name, the structure is so abhorring, right?
Uranus looks like an anus. Okay?
I,
I'm asking structure to what I have seen all planets are around only.
See, the thing is, that's again, it's very subjective, right? तू बोल रहा है कि नहीं कुछ नहीं बनाया, क्या पता भगवान को लग रहा है क्या सेक्सी चीज बनाया मैंने तो.
I'm saying Mumbai, a human being can reclaim land and build 1 BHK out of 350 square feet. That's called utilization. If a human being can do it, why has God not utilized?
Now, if you give a choice to a Mumbai guy to stay in a 350 square feet flat or a 3,500 square feet flat, what will he choose? He will always choose 3,500.
Of course.
So, commotion doesn't mean that's what you want. Or, let's say, all the space that you have, even any society you take the advertisements, they advertise 70% open space, 80% open space. When you take a vacation, you want to go to a place that is vacant, right?
Utilization of resources, for me, it is a gray area because I don't know if, as Baba was saying, that's how it might have been intended to be, and they are getting utilized without us knowing. Maybe the life is supposed to be spreading from Earth outwards, right? Which we never know today. So, merely I don't have any basis to judge God here to say whether God is lazy or not.
Yeah, I think that's a fair point. It's an important KRA, but we actually cannot come to a conclusion whether God is lazy on this KRA or not.
Yeah, same.
See, that's the whole point of philosophy, right? Whatever is visible to you, you based your logic or your understanding based on what is known to you, even in science.
ठीक है, तो एक काम कर सकते हैं अपना
So whatever
God
is
को
known
score
to
दे
you.
सकते
Now
हैं.
I can't say undefined is completely undefined. I can say 10,000 things. There's a fucking unicorn outside my house. It doesn't matter.
Okay, enough discussions. We are going to score God on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being the laziest.
10
Okay.
being the laziest.
Okay, yeah.
And your reasons.
Reasons, I think we have put
Okay.
across our reasons. I
Okay,
think
fine.
we'll move to the next KRA after this. But on 10, Piyush, Baba, Raman, what
I
are your
think-
scores?
A 7.
Baba.
2.
Okay, I have given a 5.
So average is somewhere around 5.
Utilization. Yeah, close to 5. Okay, so we'll move to the next KRA, which is maintaining harmony, happiness, balance.
So in its way, the system itself is designed in an efficient way. And that's again a sign of laziness, that you don't have to get involved anytime and every time a crisis or a unhappiness comes into being.
That is a sign of laziness, or that is a sign of non-laziness. He put so much effort into designing
No,
this.
the beings are themselves responsible for their own despair. And that's how he's creating balance. He's created virus to kill people so that this planet remains under the threshold value. What you pointed out earlier is around 9 billion?
Yeah, so different sources say different things. So, for example, some analysts believe that 2 to 4 billion might be the right population for
So we are
us not to abuse the environment.
So we are at 2x.
We are at
almost.
2x. According to some.
And
Yeah.
the threshold, I believe, is around 9 billion.
Yeah.
So we're at 80% in reaching out our max value.
That is just.
So we are maxing out on resources. So I feel creating a balance which might be unhappy for a time being in a short time span, but in the scheme of larger or in the larger scheme of events, I think it's all about creating a balance, which if in the system in itself can do it.
Is God lazy doing
Yes,
it?
I feel yes. That God is not involved in his day-to-day affair.
When he should be, or they should be.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's your score to God? 10
Now-
being the laziest.
I think an 8.
It has to be.
Yeah, आपका क्या है maintaining harmony and happiness?
So-
Is God being lazy here?
Yeah, God has been lazy as per me. Okay. He has been lazy that he has put everything on earth as we know it. He could have, let's say, question
ये
of
सवाल कुछ
mosquitoes.
और हैप्पीनेस की बात हो रही है
नहीं,
आपने हैप्पीनेस और बैलेंस ही बोला था ना आई टू वर्डेड बैलेंस
Yeah.
आप हैप्पीनेस बोल रहे थे
नहीं तो मैं क्या बोल रहा
कि
हूँ
it is
हैप्पीनेस प्रोवाइड करने में let's keep it to that. That's your definition.
Well,
God
defend
has
your
been
point,
lazy
no.
giving.
God has been lazy. God has been very lazy.
खुशियाँ नहीं दे पा रहा है भगवान.
नहीं खुशियाँ
And
नहीं
it's
दे
his
पा
और ये भगवान का
responsibility.
काम है कि खुशी मिले.
कि खुशी
They
मिले
have.
मेरे को.
And God has been
और
lazy.
खुशी एसएमईज भी होनी चाहिए.
खुशी एसएमएस खुशी हाँ एसएमएस होने से तो बहुत बड़ी है. खुशी बरुआ type
खुशी,
से
if you are listening, please.
So, खुशी
Okay.
बरुआ को-
परफेक्ट है. तो खुशी बरुआ
खुशी बरुआ।
नहीं मिल रही है तो गॉड लेजी है इसलिए नहीं मिल रही है आपके.
God has been lazy in the way He has created the universe. He is also lazy in the way He is managing the universe.
तो आपके लिए गॉड हैज बीन लेजी गिविंग हैप्पीनेस. तो आपका स्कोर गॉड को कितना है
On
लेजीनेस?
laziness पे 9.
9.
What I think ना, when you put everything into this one care है ना, harmony, happiness, it doesn't go together. In the sense कि if you have to maintain balance and harmony, happiness might come down.
Yeah, that's what.
So then putting all in the same care है, is
Now we
actually
can't go back. You have to
counterintuitive.
rate
नहीं
based on
आप
what we-
बताओ फिर मेंटेनिंग हार्मनी की जगह
I think maintaining harmony and balance is one care है,
ओके.
and happiness is another care.
सो ठीक है मेंटेनिंग हार्मनी एंड बैलेंस पे आ जाते हैं अभी.
हाँ.
सो योर स्कोर वाज 8.
Hmm.
योर स्कोर वाज 9.
9, yeah.
या
He has been very lazy.
हार्मनी और बैलेंस में भी.
हाँ.
और मेरे को लग रहा है कि मेरा स्कोर है 8. मेंटेनिंग हैप्पीनेस इज गॉड डूइंग अ गुड जॉब.
Whether he's lazy in giving people happiness is sort of what we want to
Yes.
understand, right?
यस.
No, I think he's not lazy.
अभी आपने बोला खुशी नहीं मिल रही है. पूरा डिस्कशन ही उसका था कि खुशी नहीं मिल रही.
क्योंकि आप
खुशी बरुआ.
अच्छा हाँ खुशी बरुआ नहीं मिल रही है बट हम लोग जनता जनार्दन की खुशी के बात कर रहे हैं.
जो आप भी उनमें
सबको
से
खुशी मिलनी चाहिए.
हाँ, सबको मतलब किसी को
बरुआ नहीं बट खुशी तो सबको मिलनी
किसी
चाहिए.
को तो खुशी बरुआ मिला होगा ना.
किसी को
तो देन ही विल बी हैप्पी.
नहीं बट सबको खुशी मिलनी चाहिए, राइट?
सबको खुशी मतलब हाँ खुशी मतलब नॉट खुशी बरुआ.
हाँ नहीं मैं बाबा ये सोच है आपकी.
तो
मैं कह रहा हूँ सबको खुशी मिलनी चाहिए.
खुशी एज द हिंदी वर्ड मिलनी
Happiness.
चाहिए. हाँ दैट शुड बी देयर बट बरुआ इज रिजर्व फॉर फ्री.
Please don't impose your thoughts on us.
सो मैं क्या बोल रहा था?
मेंटेनिंग हैप्पीनेस में भगवान इज गॉड बीइंग लेजी.
God has not been lazy. God has been very non-lazy, if there is a word like that, in providing people happiness. Overall, he is able to not provide, but I would say maximize the happiness that possibly can be given across human beings, animals.
What do you think, Piyush?
First of all, like I said, I don't think this is a criteria for God, first of all, to keep us happy. And secondly, it's not anyway a reflection of whether he's being lazy or not. Because at the end of the day, you're responsible for most of the things that you do, good, bad, ugly, whatever it is, whatever happens in your life is your own doing. So happiness also is a result of what you've done or what you're doing. So essentially, that's where I feel that there's a lot of free will, and God has no role to play in controlling or giving someone a bad time.
Fair enough. You have been very clear about this. तो तेरे इंडेक्स में मैं ये नहीं डाल रहा हूँ. I put a hyphen or NA. Baba, for you, maintaining happiness के लिए कितना lazy has been God? 10 is the highest laziness.
Then 1, he has not been lazy at all. But
ठीक है. 1 आप कह रहे हो बढ़िया, भगवान बहुत बढ़िया काम कर रहे हैं, लेजी नहीं है, सबको एक्टिवली खुशियां बांट रहे
हाँ,
हैं.
जितना बहुत ज्यादा कर रहे हैं.
जितनी खुशियां है उतनी वो बांट रहे हैं.
बात
इससे ज्यादा है ही नहीं, वरना वो भी बांटते थे.
है मुझे like see, he has a wife and a girlfriend, so he has been given a lot of happiness. Now I have not got खुशी, so God has been biased towards me negatively. So that
बट खुशी बांटी है लेकिन बैलेंस नहीं है. That's
हाँ,
what
मुझे नहीं बांटी.
इस पॉडकास्ट का जो नाम है हमको इस गॉड लेजी की जगह चेंज करके इस बाबा हेजी रख देना चाहिए.
या फिर कौन लेजी. ओके, मेंटेनिंग हैप्पीनेस में मैं दे रहा हूँ कि बहुत बढ़िया काम तो नहीं कर रहे, बेटर कर सकते हैं. काफी लोग तो जानते ही नहीं व्हाट गिव्स देम हैप्पीनेस. तो मैं तो I will give God high on laziness. I'll give a 8 on laziness.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll go to the next one, which is life on other planets. How is God doing here?
So I think yes, definitely optimum utilization of resource. If space is a resource, and of all the 8 planets as we know of as of now, there's only one planet which is habitable.
No, habitable as per our.
Humans.
No, there is no life form on Mars, Venus, and Mercury. That
You
has been
never know is
established.
what
We
Baba is
don't
saying. You
know-
don't know
As
enough.
of now, I'm saying.
You
As
don't
of now,
know
also
enough.
we don't know.
No, we've sent our rovers there.
No, no.
Yeah, but then we have not found.
With our.
So yeah, we've not found, like you said.
Yeah.
So as of now, since we've not found it, we don't know whether there is or
Yeah.
not, right?
That's a very small way of thinking, right? We have not found there. We have not gone beyond Mars.
कहीं पे तो हमें ना कंक्लूजन पे आना पड़ेगा. देखो इतना मानते हैं कि लाइफ जो है एक गॉड का पर्पस तो है ही, या गॉड ने एक चीज बनाया, लाइफ उनकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी तो है ही, राइट? सो इट्स अ वैलिड क्वेश्चन कि एक ही जगह पे एटलीस्ट एज वी नो.
So let's say
Extreme lazy.
it will be not applicable
For me,
for
it's
me,
like 9.
but
मेरे लिए भी नो.
I have to give up marks. I will give it again 9 answer. That he has been very lazy. As of what our knowledge says, he has been able to create life only here.
Okay, final KPI or KRA is OTIF for prayers.
भाई मेरे तो आंसर नहीं हुए हैं, तो I will give extreme lazy again a 9. I have no other justification.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
You're coming from a
So
personal.
he's lazy. He's like, खुद ही देख ले बेंचो.
What you
But यहाँ पे lazy is different from your intelligent lazy.
Yeah, he's intelligent. He's thinking that I'm capable of handling it myself.
No, he's not answering to prayers.
ठीक
Is
है,
what
तो
you're
you're
saying.
giving
So
a
that's why
10?
he's not answering.
Yeah, you're giving a 10?
9, 10, yeah, whatever.
9, let's say. Baba, what's your point of view here?
9 is also the number of God.
So my point of view, even here, is that he is not lazy at all. Majority of the prayers are getting answered.
बाबा का एक प्रेयर आंसर नहीं हो रहा है.
पता नहीं बाबा, I don't know.
कैसे बाबा कह रहे हैं
Are
सब
you being a
प्रेयर?
character, Baba?
I am in
You're
my
trying to
character.
be like a cool.
Cool guy, huh?
No, I am not a cool guy. I am a fool guy. So that's okay.
You
But
like-
what I am saying, I think at least 70-80% का prayer answered हो रहा है.
कितना दोगे नंबर फिर? 2 और 3 दोगे?
Lazy.
हाँ.
One. He has not been lazy at all.
He's not been lazy, he's saying.
No, he has been doing a great job in answering.
मेरे को भी लग रहा है कि जैसे हम लोग बात कर रहे थे शायद पहले कि प्रे करने के भी अलग अलग, जैसे बीबीएमपी वाला वो था ना, कि कैसे प्रे कर रहे हो आप? चाहते हो मेरे घर के सामने का रोड ठीक हो जाए, मैं कमरे में बैठ के अगर प्रेयर कर रहा हूँ, बीबीएमपी सुन लेगा? तो नहीं सुनेगा ना. See, when we talk about manifestation, let's say people who are really able to do it, they achieve wonderful things in life.
Baba start
Right, so-
manifesting खुशी.
तो ये मैं भी इसमें कम दूंगा भगवान को for being lazy. I'll go with 2. I think whoever is maybe praying in the right way or in the right spirit, I think it gets answered, and this is again based on very personal experiences.
If 10 people are praying, I believe 7 to 8 people are getting a direction from God. I think they're getting.
Anyway.
I will, yeah, it's personal this thing, which is
Yeah,
fine.
it's personal.
I'll just do an average. We have the scores on laziness index. The person who believes God is the least lazy is Baba. आपका स्कोर है 4.4.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. I am not God.
ये तो कुछ खुश होने का नहीं है.
Okay, God, Baba is certified.
Okay.
So is
Be
there
happy.
4.4 based on whatever your definitions of lazy are, which is chill and laid back. So you think God is 4.4 on a scale of 10 on being chilled. He is not chilled or laid back much.
Yeah,
Perfect.
I agree.
Second is mine, which is 6.4. And my definition was very similar, I think. Chilled, laid back, and doing whatever they want to do and escape the expectations, basically. Without expectations, what you're doing. So I think I've given 6.4 on 10 for that to God. And your Piyush score is 8.1 on scale of 10. And your definition of lazy was building intelligence into your creation so that they find ways to get things done themselves. Perfect?
8.1, 8 plus 1 is 9. 8.1 is 9 less than 9. It's like God for a reason.
9 is God?
Yeah, 9 is God, number of God.
Number of goddesses.
9.
Goddesses, right?
Gods in general.
Huh?
You will see a lot of people going for...
You are applying thala logic here.
Dhoni ko bana diya.
This is
And we can
Thala
check
for a
9.
reason,
Why is
everything
9 an auspicious number? Anyway.
Okay, so yeah,
That's it,
so I
that's
think
it.
that's
Enough of bakwas.
that's the scores that we have given. I think we'll just conclude by taking one statement each from all three of them. Baba being the eldest, Baba you go first. And
no.
most
I
desperate.
think we'll go with Piyush.
And Baba, since Baba needs more time. I think Raman
And
should
Baba-
start actually.
Okay,
Raman should
I can start. So for me, I think God is lazy on a lot of parameters that we have discussed, according to me, where lazy means that God, there is a creation, but God might be, whatever God wants to do about it, they do it. Otherwise, there are things that they're not concerned about, so they let it be. We have not talked about natural disasters, by the way. वो हमें discuss करना चाहिए था, but it's okay. So my score is 6.4 on 10, and yeah,
Because we were being lazy.
you're being lazy. Baba.
Yeah, we are God's creation, so we could be lazy a bit. So again, how on the inference I can take out of this discussion in my mind, okay, I'm trying to crystallize my thoughts. I feel from a creation perspective, there have been lazy points. If I have to give God, it has been lazy while creating the universe, conceptualizing and creating the universe. But when it comes to managing the universe, okay, on operational parameters, I think God has been very unlazy. He's been doing a good job. He's been keeping most of the people happy, answering most of their prayers. Those are operational stuff, right? When it comes to creating, whether utilization of space, those are strategy elements, one are operational elements, if I can use a analogy, right? So when creating the strategy and building blocks, he has been lazy to a great extent, while after it has been created, managing the show, he has not been lazy.
Okay, so creation is lazy, but the maintenance is top
Not
notch.
been lazy, yes.
Okay. Piyush.
Yeah,
parting comments.
I think I would just like to summarize that I am of the belief that yes, definitely he's lazy and he has a thing for humor. And the laziness just adds that element where, the creation fucks up at times and he's laid back, he's just laughing at the joke, probably, laughing at the unanswered prayers like, ye kya mang raha hai yaar? So he's extremely lazy, he's just having fun there. Yeah, that's it.
So yeah, I think we take God too seriously. God is having fun. Okay, so I hope you guys had fun. We had fun. We took several breaks in between though. We'll see you again in the next episode of 3 dots and hash with a new hashtag. Piyush, in most all probabilities, would be the moderator for the next one. And we guys might be discussing something pop. So stay tuned, have fun. Bye-bye.
Bye.